Wastelanders. It's Jewel Smith, and it's time for Fallout Friday. I am here playing Fallout 4. And we are continuing our Farewell to Rose tour of the Commonwealth. Last week, we took a look at her version of Ten Pines, Grey Garden, The Slog, Green Top, Jamaica Plain, and then we ended up here in Hangman's Alley. Yes, all that gunfire you hear are the mutants fighting the Diamond City Guards around the corner. It's something you hear quite often if you spend a lot of time at Hangman's Alley. Oh, Sunshine Tidings defended itself. I didn't catch the other settlement. Didn't defend itself. They'll be fine. They're fine. How are you doing today? I'm doing pretty good myself. Now I'm just trying to get over to the chat room so I can join you. It takes YouTube a few minutes to catch up with the live stream. Meanwhile, I'll head over to Twitter and send out a tweet. Let folks know that I'm streaming. You can find me on Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, and Patreon under the name Jewel Smith. Because sometimes notifications don't work. Some of you have told me, or if they do work, you'll get them hours after I've started streaming. So the best thing to do is probably to follow me on Twitter if you're on Twitter. And then you'll know exactly when I'm streaming. There we go. I have the Platinum Trophy for this game. I have all of the achievements for all of the add-ons. I do have all of the add-ons. Wasteland Workshop, Vault 88, Far Harbor, Nuka World, etc., etc. And I have all of the achievements for those as well. This is my second playthrough. I've been playing this since March 2017, and it's time to wrap it up. So we are just doing a tour of all of the settlements. Not that Rose cares all that much about her settlers or the settlements. She finished the main storyline with the Brotherhood of Steel, and for a good part of this playthrough was a Nuka World Raider overboss. So a lot of these settlements started out as raider outposts or vassal settlements, and then she eventually converted them back into regular settlements. And we may see today there's at least one she was not able to convert back to a regular settlement. That would be Egret Tours. I never was able to get that one back, even though I killed all the raiders that were living there. Come on, YouTube, let me into the chat room. I don't know why it takes them so long. I'm playing the game on my television from my PlayStation 4, but I'm watching the chat room from my laptop, and there's a bit of a delay. There we go. Stream status is good. And I would... Oh, you're already chatting away without me. Awesome. Hello, Michael. Hello, Herman. Good to see you. And Barbarian King. And Japik. Hello. And Sulfur. Hey. Yeah, you're back. Going to any parties tonight? Oh, good to see everybody. I've been very lonely while streaming God of War. I've been streaming God of War for the past 2 weeks over on Twitch. And I seem to have viewers. I have several people I think are watching me on the PlayStation Network, because every time that I finish a stream of God of War and I, turn off the game, PlayStation tells me, you have new followers on PlayStation. So I'm getting followers on PlayStation from streaming it, and I'm picking up, gradually, slowly picking up followers on Twitch as I'm streaming it, but there's not a lot of activity in the chat room. Kinu has been nice enough to keep me company, and Patrick have been hanging out with me while I stream God of War. But oh my gosh, I am loving that game. I am loving on it so hard. I actually fought a dragon yesterday. Oh, it was so good. It was so good. It was so much harder than fighting a dragon in Skyrim. Seriously, it was so hard, but it was great. Oh, I am just loving so hard on that game right now. Hello, Patoos. I don't know if I'm saying your name correctly, but hello, welcome to the chat room. Oh, congrats, Herman. One of your YouTube videos reached 100,000 viewers. Oh my gosh. That's great. Oh no, Japik says, I always feel lonely on Twitch. Don't trust it. What does that mean? Like you don't trust... Well, you don't think you get as many viewers on Twitch? Or you think people are watching, they just don't interact as much? Or you just don't trust Twitch? I don't trust YouTube. And I've had a lot of problems with YouTube, which is one of the reasons I started streaming over on Twitch. But if you guys are having a hard time watching me, or you don't like the interface or something like that, please let me know. You know, I'm not completely dedicated to the idea of staying on Twitch. It's just something I'm trying out because I really keep having so many problems with YouTube. And you guys may not see those problems. They may not be visible to you, and so you may not understand, but they make my life difficult on almost a daily basis. It's a pain in the ass. And it's a pain that I don't have on Twitch. But the switch off is, you know, Twitch is much easier for me to use, but I'm not getting any viewers or chat interaction on Twitch, so, you know, I don't want to stay there and be lonely and be streaming a game that no one's watching because it's over on Twitch. So, you know, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about Twitch. And I have found out that it does save. I can save all of the streams. They're all archived over there, just like on YouTube, so you can always go back and watch them later. I don't know if anyone's doing that. Maybe that's what some people are doing. They're just waiting and watching it later after it's streamed. I don't know. Somebody told me that the stream quality is not as good on Twitch, but supposedly I am streaming to Twitch in 1080 just like I stream to YouTube according to my settings. When I turn on this, when I flip the switch, you know, when I hit the button to share, it says, you know, streaming in 1080 whether I'm on YouTube or Twitch. So I don't know if Twitch is throttling something and maybe the quality doesn't look as good over there. You know, you guys let me know. You let me know what you think. I definitely want your feedback. Oh, it's because the weather's too damn hot, Sulfur says. It's too hot in Germany. Oh my gosh. 104 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh, yeah. We were having 100-degree temps here last week. It's cooled off where I am in the States. It was 84 today. I don't know what that is in Celsius. But, yeah, it's cooled off here a little bit. But usually it's pretty hot over the summer because I live in the southern part of the United States and it gets very, very hot. But we know that, and so, like, everybody has air conditioning. We have air conditioning in our cars and our houses to kind of help combat that. But if you live someplace where it's not usually that hot and you don't have the fans and the air conditioning and all of that, I can't even imagine. Our air conditioning system actually broke over 4th of July, which is a holiday here in the States, and it was very, very hot. It was like 90 to 100 degrees, and we were hating life, that's for sure. So I can imagine how you feel. Germany's been on fire, Patus is saying. Yeah. Yeah, well, that's how it feels here all the time. Move to the south. Japik saying, personally, I don't like Twitch. Have you considered Restream? I don't know. I'm playing on PlayStation 4, so all I've got are the options that PlayStation 4 gives me, which are YouTube or Twitch. I'm not streaming from a PC, so I don't know how I would stream to any other service. Okay, so everybody's telling me Barbarian King says not a big fan of Twitch. Herman says Twitch is not my favorite. Okay, but tell me why. Why? What is it about Twitch you don't like? And what is it about YouTube that you do like? Is it just the platform? Like, is it, you know, on your end? Because I know, like, one of the things somebody was telling me the other day, when you join a stream on Twitch, you can't scroll back and see all the previous comments, which is one thing that they didn't like about Twitch. I didn't realize Twitch did that. Now, when it archives a stream, you can go back and watch the previous comments when you're watching the stream, but when the stream is actually live, when it's being broadcast, you cannot. Yeah, so that's a drawback, definitely, for sure. Stream quality, if there's a stream quality issue, that's definitely a drawback. I'll tell you what I like about Twitch. Here's the thing. Twitch allows me to set up chat rules, which I can't really do in YouTube. There's nothing on YouTube that when you enter the chat room, it tells you, you know, welcome to the chat room, here are my chat rules. And on Twitch there is. When you enter the chat room, you get a thing that says, you know, here are my chat rules. And so, you know, that kind of goes a long way toward keeping out people that, you know, will cause problems, which can be kind of a pain. For on YouTube, you know, I seem to get a lot more trolls and nastiness on YouTube than I get on Twitch. And I don't mean just because I have a lot, you know, it's not just because I've been on YouTube a long time. Actually, when I first started on YouTube and I had very few followers at all, just like on Twitch, I have very few followers, I would get trolled and harassed so much. And that hasn't happened on Twitch because there's some settings and things that I can set. And some of you have probably experienced this. When you follow my channel, you have to wait 30 minutes before you can go into the chat room and say anything. Now, once you've been, it should be set so that once you've been a follower for a while, you don't have to keep doing that every time. But when you initially follow my channel, you have to be a follower of the channel to chat in the chat room, and you have to wait. There's kind of this, like, you know, a wait period where, you know, so nobody can just, like, hop in there and say really rude things and then hop out and run away, you know. So it definitely has tools that allow me to decrease the amount of harassment and bullshit I have to put up with, which is one reason I like Twitch more than YouTube. And the other thing is that, you know, on the creator side of things, it has much, much better, much more robust editing tools for me to use than YouTube does. YouTube's online editor sucks. Sucks donkey balls, really. But Twitch has a really good online editing system. Twitch is not an asshole. I mean, YouTube's constantly sending me all, because their stupid copyright system is abused left, right, and center. I'm constantly getting all kinds of weird-ass notices saying your videos have been blocked in these other countries because some person completely unrelated to anything has claimed content in them. But then it turns out, oh no, it was just the YouTube system was screwed up. Sorry about that. And then like a couple weeks later, the videos come back or whatever. It's so dodgy. YouTube is so dodgy. I haven't had any of those problems on Twitch so far. So those are some of my reasons for preferring Twitch. But because if it really comes down to a choice between, it's a hard choice. Obviously, I want to hang out with you guys and I want to have a good time. And I want you to have a good time with me and enjoy the platform that you're on and be able to see all the content you want to see. But at the same time, I don't want to have to constantly be putting up with abuse or bullshit from YouTube or from trolls. So, you know, that's kind of the trade-off there. And it's a difficult decision for me to make. I'll be perfectly honest. It's really hard because it's not fun for me. I can't have fun with it if I'm constantly dealing with YouTube bullshit. And, you know, it makes it really difficult to enjoy being a content creator on YouTube. They're just, such a pain. But that's my main reason for wanting to go over to Twitch. And, you know, but like I said, if nobody wants to follow me over there and I'm not getting anything, you know, not getting any interactions over there and you guys don't like it, you know, I don't know what to say. I don't want to have to say, well, then I just won't stream or I will stream less often. which is kind of where I'm leading toward anyway. I mean, right now I'm playing a lot of God of War because I'm really enjoying it and I want to go through that game. I'm having a great time. But when God of War is over, I don't know what I'm going to do. I mean, I may just continue doing Fallout Fridays on YouTube and just not do anything else, to be honest. Because if the choice is playing games that nobody watches on Twitch or, you know, putting up with a bunch of garbage on YouTube, then I'll just, you know, I mean, I want to continue doing Fallout and I want to continue doing some streams at least once or twice a week, but I just really, I just don't want to have to put up with the garbage that I put up with on YouTube. I'm just being honest. So, I don't know. I guess we'll see how it goes. And I'm missing all of the chat. Harmon's saying Europe has its second heat wave. It's a murder hole. Oh, hey, Mass Fusion. Mass Fusion's in Alabama, and it's a little warm down here. Yeah, I'm in North Carolina. It is very warm. Very, very warm. Usually like July through August, I just can't even... Well, June, July, August, just the whole summer, I just can't even go outside. It kills me. Ah, okay. Patus is saying most people don't have AC. Yeah, okay. In Germany. Right, because if you're in a location where you don't usually need it, why would you have it? And then it gets hot like this. People will die. I mean, people will die on hot days without air conditioning. It's horrible. Ah, Sulphur's got AC, air conditioning in your car, but not in your apartment. Oh. You gotta go take a drive if you want to cool off, huh? Or take a shower or something. I used to do that. I used to live in the Mojave Desert, where the Fallout New Vegas game is set, in the Mojave. And it's so hot out there. Sometimes it would get up to 120 in the summer. And it would be so warm that, like, even having air conditioning, it didn't work. Like, your house would still be 85 degrees inside with the air conditioning on because it was so damn hot outside. And, you know, I would take a shower and then not dry off, just soaking wet. Just put my clothes on, soaking wet, and just try to stay cool that way. It's horrible. So horrible, yeah. And yeah, totally, in the Mojave we used to joke that, you know, you spend too much time in the Mojave where it's so hot. You spend too much time in the heat and it will bake your brain. It really will. People start, like, not thinking straight. When you get that level of heat, it's not even, I mean, even if you try to stay hydrated, you can lose a lot of electrolytes, right? A lot of minerals from sweating. And if you're not replenishing the minerals, you can be drinking all the water in the world, but you're not getting those minerals back. Your brain doesn't work right, man. It's crazy. It's just crazy. Japik saying, as a streamer, traffic was poor. On Twitch? Saying YouTube, for all its issues, feels like a better place to be. Now, see, that's weird because I keep here having everybody tell me, not viewers, not you guys, but like when I'm out in the world, people tell me that they're more likely to watch Twitch. That they watch Twitch for art streams, for video game streams. Like, I don't know anyone who watches streaming on YouTube except you guys. Like, the actual, like, real world face-to-face people that I know, everyone watches Twitch. So, I don't know. Yeah, Barbarian King saying the comments are not visible. I get a better reception on YouTube than Twitch. Ah, okay. So, like, better visuals? Yeah. That's what I'm thinking too, because even when I go back and watch my videos on Twitch, even though I know it says they're streaming in 1080p, it doesn't look like 1080 to me. I mean, I can see that it's really grainy, and my YouTube videos don't look like that. I mean, they do once in a while, depending on, you know, what's going on, but Yeah, I think the Twitch videos do look like they're lower quality, even though they claim that they're streaming at the same speed. And they'll say for the source of the video, it'll say 1080 from the source, but I don't think they are. That's a good point. Hey Toys, how you doing? Toys is saying, just go for Twitch. I will see you there. Oh, nice. Okay, so you like that one? Herman's saying, I'm a follower on Twitch, but I never know when you are streaming. Yeah, I think it's kind of like YouTube. I think you have to turn on notifications for the channels that you follow. But you know me on PlayStation too. Well, yeah, Herman can see me on PlayStation. If you happen to be on PlayStation when I'm streaming, it should show you when I'm streaming. But yeah, I think Twitch is kind of like YouTube, where you have to go and find the little notification settings and say you want to be notified about this channel when they're streaming, kind of thing. But you know me, I pretty much stream every day at the same time. It's always around like 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon Eastern Standard Time. So like 8 or 9 o'clock in Europe. I'm pretty much always there. Yeah, okay. Sulfur saying Twitch may be 1080 but compressed as fuck. Okay. Alright, that makes sense. Hey Cryptic, how you doing? Cryptic says, what do you mean farewell Rose? Well, we're wrapping up this playthrough. I'm not gonna play as Rose anymore. I'm sitting here, we're just staring at Rose. Alright, let's get going. We were at Hangman's Alley, is where we ended up last week. I've been doing this settlement tour with Rose, where we've been going through all of the different settlements that she's worked on in the game. And this is just kind of her, like, touring the Commonwealth before we say we're done with this playthrough. So the next place that she unlocked and turned into a vassal settlement was Finch Farm. So let's head up there. Where are they? They're over here somewhere. Finch Farm. Let's go. Rose did not build up her settlements as much as Fiona did. And you can see all of Fiona's settlements. The settlement tour from my first playthrough of Fallout 4 was the first thing I ever did on this channel. And there's a settlement tour series playlist on my YouTube channel, and that's got tours of all the settlements that Fiona built up. And a lot of her settlements have 15, 20, 23, 24 people in them. She has big settlements with lots of building, and all of her settlers have ballistic weave, and they have really nice weapons, and, you know, indoor plumbing, and she's been, like, really super cool to her settlements. Rose, not so much. Rose doesn't really care. A lot of these were vassal settlements or raider outposts, but we're just taking a tour of them, and then when we get done with the tour, I won't be playing as Rose anymore. I'm going to switch back. On Fallout Fridays, I'll be playing as Fiona and doing some Creation Club content and doing some settlement rebuilding, remodeling her settlements using some of the Creation Club stuff that I've added since I played as Rose. I've been playing as Rose for over 2 years. Alright, so Finch Farm here. This was a vassal settlement in Rose's Raider Empire, which means that she had tons of food being grown here. And that's all people did. They just made food to feed the raiders. But then I got them back as a regular settlement after I killed all the raiders. So here it is. Finch Farm. I reduced the size of their farm so they weren't overproducing food, so that they wouldn't have a surplus and get attacked a lot. Let's take a look. Oh, they're way overproducing water, though. We can take care of that. But food, not so much. I mean, they're still producing a surplus, but not like they were. I think at one point they were producing like 80 pieces of food or something ridiculous. Let's get rid of one of these water pumps. There we go. Then they won't be overproducing. Alright, so this is kind of the entrance of the settlement. That's the original building for Finch Farm. And then I added on out front. So there's this little general store. And I've actually kind of remodeled it, retooled it just a little bit while I was offline, not while streaming. I thinned out the farm a little bit. I put in an outhouse over there, you can see. And I moved the bar. The bar was up here on the overpass. And when I first built the bar on the overpass, I had an elevator that was going up to the top. But then I realized the settlers won't use the elevator. They just don't. So I was like, well, okay, I guess I'll put in scaffolding. And I had a big scaffolding walkway that went all the way up. But, as George would call it, it was the Boulevard of Broken Legs. Every time they would climb up there, somebody would fall, and you'd hear them constantly going, "Ow, my leg! Oh, I think it's broken," you know. And I said, all right, you know what? This is just unrealistic. Let's just move that off the bridge. So I moved the bar. I just highlighted the whole thing and brought it down here and removed all the scaffolding. So now the bar is on the ground, but it's still the exact same bar, more or less, than it was up on the overpass. I did end up, I think this is,
Hi, how are you?
it looks like a Slocum Joe's, but I think it's just two bars side by side. Because the Slocum's Joe counter, yeah, it's just a bar. The Slocum's Joe counter doesn't actually fit. It's not exactly the same size as these counters, so it didn't look right side by side. But the idea is, yeah, they've got some donuts you can see back there on the shelves behind her. I put in a little seat here. I gave her a chef's hat. Oh, I guess it's time for bed? You guys going to bed? I'm sorry. I'm trying to do my tour at bedtime, huh? Got here right at quitting time. They've got a radio, coffee tin, coffee station. I put that all in, but yeah, I just moved the bar down here. There's the outhouse. So, off of the main building here at Finch Farm, and yeah, we've got some guard posts. There's one there, one back there, one up there, one over there. Off this main building, I built kind of like a big porch that wraps around, and so we have our workshop over here. Chem station. We didn't have a doctor here, and so I put in a doctor right here. Hi there, do you need some help? Are you lost?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're lost? Who are you? Oh, you're a farmer. I bet your bed's up there and you can't figure out how to path to it, right? Okay, that's fine. Anyway, I put in a doctor right here. This is kind of built off the back of the house.
Yes.
She's got this little doctor's window here. Little walk-up window for all your doctoring needs. Put a fire out on the beach. And I had this water pump back here, this water purifier being powered, but I ended up, off of this, I built a bathhouse. So you can come in here and take a bath. And I figured that made sense, because it's right by the water purifier. So you'd get some fresh water in a bucket, dump it in there, have a bath. You know, once a week. And then over here is the scavenger. So he's got some goodies sitting around. There's the scavenging station. There he is. This used to be all one big room that I just had a bunch of beds in, but I closed it off. So the doctor's got a private office, and he's got his little scavenger shack here. That's nice, isn't it? He's got some nice wall decorations. Of course, there's this pile of junk here, which is where Daniel Finch is laid to rest. He's on the pile of junk with the rest of the junk. He died. I think I'm the one that killed him, but it was an accident. We were fighting some bugs or something that were attacking the settlement. There was some bloat flies or something. I can't remember. But I think he ran up when I was swinging my bat, and he got whacked. And they didn't get mad at me, strangely enough. But that's where we dragged him. I left him there. Oh, and then we go up here. And we have this little upper floor penthouse. Where everybody else lives. And that's pretty much it. Here's the stuff that he's selling. And this is where the Finch family lives. Of course, I think both sons are dead. I'm pretty sure I killed the one son during the quest where they send you over to the forged at Saugus Ironworks. I think he died in that quest, and then the other son died when I whacked him. So now it's just the two of them, but there you go. Oh, Sulphur's asking, oh right, we can be friends on PS Network. How did I miss that? Is your PSN ID also Jewel Smith? No, it is not, unfortunately. My PlayStation Network ID is one that I created way back. I want to say it was when we bought our PlayStation 3. So how many years ago was that? 10 years ago or something? It was way back before I was ever Jewel Smith. Well, I mean, I was a Jewel Smith. I was doing jewelry design, but I didn't start using Jewel Smith as a name. Was my Minecraft username. So I chose that name when I started playing Minecraft, but we already had a PS3 before I started playing Minecraft, so my name is different on PlayStation. And I don't usually give it out, but I guess it's kind of irrelevant because like I've got almost 1,000 followers on PlayStation, and they know me as that name anyway. So I'll type it into the chat room because it's easier than trying to explain it. There you go. I think I have friend notifications turned off though, because if I have them turned on because I'm streaming, I get like 100. I constantly get pop-ups every time I'm on PlayStation. You know, so-and-so wants to be your friend. So-and-so wants to be your friend. And I get like tons of spam. You know, I get added to groups and I get all this other garbage. So, you know, people trying to, hey, do you want to see my naked photos and all this other stuff? No thanks. It's very bizarre. So I had turned everything off over there. So if you want to friend me, let me know, because I'll have to like turn it on and know what your PlayStation name is, so I can say yes and then turn it back off again. Because I don't really use PlayStation Network. I mean, obviously I'm using it, I'm streaming on a PlayStation, but You know what I mean? Like, I don't use it so much for the social aspect or for watching other people's games or whatever it is. But I guess I should start because, like I said, I've got almost 1,000 followers over there, and that's how a lot of people watch my streams, and they know I'm streaming because they'll be on PlayStation and they'll get a notification saying, hey, she's streaming. So maybe I should start paying more attention to my PlayStation Network stuff. Yeah, the wonderful world of scammers. That's right, Michael. Yeah. Yeah. Don't like spam and scams. I know. And there's so much of it on there. It used to be even worse. Seems like they've got a lot more rules and controls and things now, but oh god, it was awful years ago. Alright, so Finch Farm. I don't think there's anything else happening here at Finch Farm. We've looked at everything at Finch Farm. So what's next? Oberland Station. Let's go to Oberland. I will check off Finch Farm from our settlement tour. Now, Oberland was a raider outpost. Finch Farm had been a vassal settlement that we turned back into a regular settlement, but Oberland had been the operators gang from Nuka World, used it as an outpost. Alright, well here we are at Oberland. I think we were at Grey Garden the other day. I've actually done a little bit of remodeling of Oberland since we were here last. We were at Grey Garden looking around, and then we came over here. But I've remodeled it a little bit. So let's say you're at Grey Garden. Grey Garden is right across the bridge over there. And you want to walk over here. Because Grey Garden doesn't have much. Grey Garden has a few people living there doing farming, and it has a general goods merchant, and that's about it. So over here, they have a doctor and a bar and a gun shop and stuff. So I imagine people from Grey Garden probably come across the bridge a lot, and people from Oberland go across the bridge to see the general goods merchant. So if you're walking over from Grey Garden, this is what you're gonna see. This is the settlement here. I've opened it up a bit. I had it more of like a fortress, kind of like within a ring, but I left the back guarded and enclosed more or less, but opened up the front of it a bit. I'm gonna get out of my power armor. Let's do that. And hope we don't get attacked while I'm here. Do I need to repair anything? No, we're in pretty good shape. Okay. But I will take out the fusion core so no one jumps in it when I'm not here. So I'm not tromping around. Tromp, 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 tromp. While I'm giving the tour. Alright. So, we have a guard station here at the front. I don't usually, as Rose, I don't usually put in these powered turrets. Fiona has tons of them, Rose does not, because Rose didn't have a lot of the perks necessary to build them. And by the time I got the perks, I'd already put in a lot of these bullet turrets, so I just didn't bother. Because if you take out the power source, then the turret doesn't work anyway. So at least with these, there's no power source you have to worry about. But anyway, I do have one here. There's a guard. So we come in, and here's the bar. And this whole bar and weapons shop area here was built in honor of one of my longtime channel viewers who likes to change their name. So at one point they were all come to ruin, and we built the Welcome to Ruin gun shop. And then they changed their name to Counter Serum, so then we had Counter Serum, the bar and coffee shop. Oh, okay. Okay, Sulfur. So it's the same. Alright, well, what I'll do when I'm done streaming is I will change my privacy settings. So you should be able to go in there and find me under the name I posted in the chat. And then when I see your request come through, I'll accept that. I'll know it's from you. Your picture is Mir. I just got the butthead in God of War yesterday. I love the butthead dude. I can't wait till we animate his head again. So excited about that. Alright, so yeah, so I built this weapon shop. I'm quite proud of it. I love the sign. I love the neon. I love the tent and the colored lights. I just love everything about it. The weapons. Rage and Ruin, Fury and Ruin. What is this one? Edge of Ruin. So much fun doing this build. It was great. And then the coffee shop and the bar over here. Just love the way it turned out. Oh, right. So I put in a barber in here. This guy. He's living in here. Again, another reason for them to come across the bridge from Grey Garden. They can come here and get their hair cut.
Yes?
Yeah. Oh, there's the provisioner. Crates and barrels just to fill in the gap there. I put in the doctor here. The doctor used to be over there behind the tree. When it was a raider outpost, there was a chems dealer over there behind the tree, but I moved the doctor in here. So he's got a bed back here.
For a small fee, of course.
No, I'm good. And a desk with a microscope. You can see patients here, and they can wait here. Got a couple of beds in here. The cabinet. It's not a super fancy settlement, but it's alright. I mean, I more or less left it the way it was when it was a raider outpost, and then just kind of modified it. Moved a few things around. When the raiders were here, they did not have a garden, because raiders don't like to grow food. That's why they need the vassal settlements to supply them with food. But now we have some farmers.
Yeah.
Guards, yeah. Got chem station here, chemistry station. So yeah, I closed this off. So there's kind of this like scrap wood wall back here. And this is kind of a shed. I made this a shed. There's a sleeping bag in the shed for people passing through. That's kind of my story. I don't know why I decided I needed this story in this settlement, but I don't know. I just like this lady's just passing through, right? She's going to stay here long enough to work for some food. We'll work for food. And so she's just sleeping in the shed. Either until something better comes along, or she moves on, or maybe she can get a better place to live, or a better bed. Don't know. I guess it's kind of open here. People could come in through here. But we have a turret guarding it right here. Probably should put another turret back here. I wonder if I can. Let's see. Yeah. This should have another turret on it right here. To cover this opening. So then I have this, and my idea here was that all these rail cars, because you know there's a ton of rail cars piled up on the bridge over there, and there's a railroad tracks that run through this area of the Commonwealth, and so my thought was that they would use those rail cars for their houses. So that's why a lot of the stuff here is all in rail cars. But we go in here, and we've got 3 people living in this one. This person really likes Christmas. That's my story for this person. They like Christmas. They have a Santa hat and Santa costume. Some of the holiday decorations. This person just sleeps right in here. Nothing exciting. I guess they need some goodies, don't they? Let's give them some goodies. Sure. There you go. And then this person has an obsession with space aliens and rockets, and that's partly inspired by the fact that the space alien spaceship crashes right near this settlement. It's crashed right over there, right? With the atomic blaster gun or whatever, the alien blaster. You can find the wounded alien in a cave right over here. So let's say that this person found out about the alien ship that crashed, and so they came to live here because they're obsessed with aliens. So they've got the first cat in space. They've got this nice painting with a glowing neon moon and some stars I put on it. They've got a spacesuit costume and helmet. They've got the Nuka poster with a rocket. But yeah, so that's their thing. Oh, hey, Sulfur, thank you. Oh, thank you so much. Sulfur's dropped a tip in the super chat tip jar. Oh, thanks for your continued support, Sulfur. I appreciate it. Hey, Patrick. Hello. Oh, and Justike. Justike's joined the chat room. Thank you, Justike, for being the official sponsor of Fallout Fridays. Okay, Michael. Thank you. Michael is going to drop out of chat but continue watching on the TV. Nice. Alright, take care. Hey, Ice Stella! Oh, you don't have snowflakes, you just have water drops because you're all melted now. I'm glad you could stop by. I was saying earlier in the stream that I've been playing God of War for the past 2 weeks over on Twitch, but not getting a whole lot of interaction in the chat room, so we were kind of discussing, you know, I know some folks like Twitch, some folks don't like Twitch. I was talking about my reasons for using Twitch versus YouTube, some of the problems I've had with YouTube, and some of the benefits I get from Twitch, but you know, if no one's watching me play on Twitch, then what's the point of playing on Twitch? Well, what do you do? Alright, and we're continuing Rose's tour. We're in here looking at this place where some people live. There's one person obsessed with aliens, and rockets. And so, of course, they have to have little red seats. They can sit out here and pretend they're in a rocket ship. And then somebody's obsessed with Christmas. Has a Santa suit and a Santa hat. I like to give my residents a little bit of personality once in a while. And then we have this little room built off the back here. She's got a nice little plant. And some coffee in a coffee pot. Clean coffee cup. Made a nice little place for themselves back here. And I built this guard post to kind of guard. I had these generators just sitting out here right next to the lights they were powering, but I wanted to kind of put them off to the side and close them a little bit protected. So I figured I'd put a guard post on top of it. And then over here we have the scavenger, and he's doing his work under some raider tents that were here from the previous residents when they were raiders. And he lives in this. I love this. I put this up and put some balls underneath. Like, he actually comes in here and plays. Maybe with his roommate. So that's where the scavenger lives. But yeah, that is my Oberland. Now, I like it.
Huh?
It's not very large in size, but I really like this settlement. This has turned out nice. I still is gonna miss Rose, but it'll be nice to chill with Fiona. Yes, it will. I'm missing Fiona. Oh, you have Twitch just for me? Well, thank you. Thank you. There's a lot of good content over there. Especially, my husband watches a lot of Twitch. He watches a lot of the artists. That's kind of his thing. He likes watching people draw and make stuff. And not so much the video gaming, though. He watches a little bit of that, too. But he watches a lot of the artists. Oh, nice. Sulphur's going on vacation. Very nice. Oh, look, and I put a little, what do they call it? A cupola? Cupola? Up there on the roof. Yeah, from the warehouse. It actually does go up there. You can put it up on top. There it is. Yep. I put one on top of the building, because why not? And I think I fixed the roof. That's something that, yeah, I put in the roof. Look it. I fixed the roof. I mean, it still looks like crap from the outside, but at least right here, it's closed up and they're underneath a covered roof. That should make them happier. Oh, wow. You're gonna take your girls to Disney in October? Oh, that'll be a fun trip. Well, yeah, it'll be fun for them. It may not be fun for you. I don't know. I don't know how Euro Disney is, but Disney World here was awful. I mean, my kids loved it. They had a good time. I ended up getting sick. I got sick on the plane. We flew to Florida, and by the time, I mean, when we got there, I felt okay, but like the next day, I ended up developing bronchitis really bad. So I don't know if it was something I caught on the plane or if it was something that I already was exposed to, and it just, you know, it had an incubation period, and then I got really sick when we got there. But the first night we were there, it was great, and then the second day we went to one of the parks, you know, the main park, And that was great, but then by that evening, I was just absolutely, utterly miserable and could not function at all. So I spent the rest of the trip laying in the hotel room that we had paid a shit ton of money for, watching really horrible TV and and having my family message me on my phone and send pictures and stuff. So that was kind of a bummer. And when I came back, I ended up with bronchitis so bad that it didn't go away for like a month or two after that. It took so long for it to finally go away. I said I went to Florida and got the swamp crud. That's what I told people. No one else in my family got sick, just me. But it was very crowded. It was very loud. It was very overwhelming. And we even went in December when it was supposed to be one of the slowest times of the year, and it was just, oh my God, so loud and so crowded. But my kids loved it. So, you know, that's why you go. Right? That's why you go. They'll remember forever. I know. Why am I bothering with this? Because I am. We can't say goodnight to Rose and leave these things undone. There we go. That looks better. More realistic. So you got one on this side and on this side. There we go. And it's not just floating above the ground, because that's not what would really happen. No, we could go even further. Hang on. We could go even further. We could do this. There we go. Excellent. I like that. Oh, just like says we're like old dogs. It's hard for us to learn new tricks. I hear you. I know what you mean. And I think I definitely understand that's part of it. It is a pain in the ass to have to learn a new interface or a new website or a new system. That's one of the reasons why I'm not on I'm not on Pinterest. And I'm not on Snapchat, and I'm not on a lot of these kind of websites, because, like, you know what? I don't have time for that. Right? The only reason that I'm even on Instagram is because of Ryan Alozio, the voice actor who does Deacon's voice in Fallout 4. I followed him on Twitter, and he left Twitter. I don't remember what the reason was. He left. He's back on Twitter now.
Another day of hard work. It never changes.
But he left Twitter for a while and was only on Instagram, and I really, really, really wanted to follow him. I love his posts, and I love his personality, and he's just the sweetest guy in the world. And that was the whole reason I went on Instagram, was just for Ryan Alozio. I mean, now I follow a few other people over there, but I only check it like once a week. I'm not on there every day checking anything or whatever, but, you know, I mean, because Ryan moved back to Twitter, and so I follow him there, and I don't really check Instagram for him, but I do have a few friends on Instagram, so every once in a while I hop over there and take a look. But, you know, right, learning a whole new platform can be a pain. But I think I think Twitch is worth it. Not just for my content, of course, but for lots of other content, too. I think there's a lot of good stuff over there. I was on a panel last year, or well, not last year, but early. It was in January, so it feels like it was ages ago. In January, I was at a convention, and I was on a panel where we talked about streaming. It was a panel of people who were all streamers, and I was the only one streaming on YouTube. Everyone else was doing Twitch. So, you know, there's a lot of people doing some good content on Twitch. It's just like on YouTube, though, you know, a lot of it can be garbage. It takes a while to find the good stuff. But it's there. I guess I'll use that one. Hey, Dark Arrow! How are you? Dark Arrow says, I remember watching you build this settlement. We talked about stacking neon letters. Oh, right! Yeah, to make them brighter? That's right.
Huh?
Yeah, I was just saying that a few minutes ago, I think, before you joined. I love the neon on this build. And the fact that I don't use, you know, like I use zeros instead of O's, and I use the exclamation point instead of an I and stuff. I really like it. I love all the little tricks you can do with neon. Oh, you guys, wait till you see what I did in Vault 88. I don't think we're going to get there today, but I made some obscene neon art in Vault 88. Oh, yeah. Down in the glory hole. I was inspired. Let's see here. There we go. Okay. What's next? We've looked at Oberland Station. Alright, next would be Coastal Cottage. We were actually just out there not too long ago, messing about, building and doing some stuff. Coastal Cottage had been a raider outpost. The pack lived out there. I kind of had the Commonwealth divided. The pack took the northern settlements, and the operators took the southern settlements. The pack had Sunshine Tidings and Outpost Simonja and Coastal Cottage, Starlight Drive-In. And then the operators had places like Jamaica Plain and Egret Tours and Hangman's Alley. Alright, but I did a little bit of work here as well when I was not streaming, so I've got some new things to show you. Oh, there's a Mirelurk over there. Okay. So, approaching the settlement from the street. Ah, we have it blocked off now. Hey, Provisioner dude. I put a trailer in here that I sunk into the ground to kind of block off. So the only way up into the settlement is up this ladder. You've got your turrets covering right here. And then all across here, you know, it's all rocky. So it would be hard to get in from this direction where all these rocks are. So it's naturally very secure. You have to come up around from this side to get in over here, and we've got turrets there. In fact, I think I might just build across here to block that off as well. Yeah, maybe I will. Let's put in some junk walls. I got plenty of build bar here. I haven't really, I guess I haven't maxed out the build bar. So, okay. It's the dang tires around the bottom that make it so difficult to work with. I wish they didn't have those, or if they had made them so they would clip through things. There we go. That looks decent. Huh, okay. Coming at it from the other side made it work better. That's cool. Alright. Don't know why, but okay. Just leave it like that. Alright, so you have to come around this side to get into the settlement. And, you know, they'd be really careful about it, too, because you've got a deathclaw who likes to nest, right? You can see it right there. See him? There he is. You've got a deathclaw nest right there. So, of course, they're going to want to be super careful about defending this side of the settlement. And plus, you've got, right up there on the bridge, got gunners. So, you know, they'd want to be defended on this side. And so that's what we have here. We have a covered guard post with turrets. Junk walls, another covered guard post with turrets. And then I put in this wall across the back using raider spikes because this had been a raider outpost. So let's say that they took the spikes and dragged them back here to guard the back of the settlement. Because you could come over this rocky hill here and get all up into their garden. So, of course, you want to keep the deathclaws out of the garden. So we put the spikes along here. And that's exactly how I ended up killing the raiders that were in this settlement. Some of you may recall that when I tried to get the settlements, the raider outposts back and turn them into settlements, I had to kill all the raiders. But if I went into the settlement with my baseball bat to kill the raiders, it would crash the game. And there were some settlements that took me many crashes to get the raiders cleared out. But what I would have to do is I would have to go far away outside the settlement boundary and use sniping to pick off the raiders and just kill 2 or 3 at a time and then fast travel away stay away for a while, come back, pick off 2 or 3 at a time. It was a very long, laborious process to get these settlements back. And one of the things I did here was go up on that bridge and use a sniper gun to shoot raiders, shoot down into the settlement. And also, I think I went up on that ridge over there. You see there's like a little bit of a canyon. There's a dead Yaogwai there. I think I went up on that ridge and shot into the settlement as well. Let's go kill that Deathclaw. I mean, why not? We're here. Let's do a little extermination. Oh, it's now albino. Alright. That's cool. At least until next time. And then here's another wall across the back of the settlement. Another guard tower. Some junk. I used a Nuka-Cola as part of the wall. Because you know what? Right over there, there is an abandoned old store with like a Nuka-Cola machine out front. So let's pretend they went over there with a Brahmin and hauled it back and used it as part of their wall to keep folks out, to help protect the settlement. Sure, why not? Of course, this side here is open. This is the side where they would walk right along the edge of this ridge here to go to the shop. There's a guy with a shop right down there. So I left this side open. But I don't think they ever actually get attacked from this side. I think when the settlement gets attacked, it's usually attacked from like down there or from over there. So this is a great defensive wall right here. I love it. Oh, sulfur. I'm sorry, I'm checking in with the chat room. Here, I'll pop out and you guys can look at Rose while I read the chat room. Sulfur saying, I went to your website and checked out your jewelry. You like that, huh? Well, thank you. Thanks for checking it out. Yeah, I used to have an Etsy shop. But then Etsy started changing a lot of its policies and getting a little weird. And you can probably look this up. I mean, don't take my word for it. You can go read about it. Etsy is now a publicly traded company, so of course they want to keep their shareholders happy and they want to do things that are going to increase their stock value. So they're making all kinds of strategic moves, and I understand that.
Easy living. This ain't.
Okay, dude. Thanks for that. It's like he was whispering right in my ear. That kind of spooked me. I heard it right in my left in my left headphone. It's like he was right there whispering into my ear. Etsy's making a lot of different decisions. And I understand why, but it used to be a very easy platform to use. For me anyway, it was very convenient and I liked it and I used it for a couple of years. But then it started getting really complicated and they started promoting policies that I did not agree with. For instance, They want, this is the latest one. If you guys want to go look it up, you can. But the latest thing is they want all of their sellers to offer free shipping because they want to, I guess, compete with Amazon. I don't know. They say that they think that, well, they tried to tell us as sellers, they tried to say, well, you'll sell more if you offer free shipping. And then people said, well, but, you know, how do I offer free shipping? I'll lose money, right? Because the people who sell things on Etsy are selling handmade things. They're not selling mass-produced, you know, high-volume, low-quality stuff like you would get on Amazon or what. Like, Amazon's a huge company with warehouses and, you know, delivery trucks, and they can afford to, like, offer free shipping because people pay Amazon Prime $100, $120 a year or whatever to have free shipping and stuff. So Amazon can do that, but Etsy doesn't do that. It's not like there's an Etsy Prime where, you know, they're going to help you pay for your shipping costs, or that they're going to warehouse your stuff for you and ship it for you to decrease shipping costs or whatever. Like, they don't do that. They just said, no, we want you to offer everyone free shipping. And we're like, well, how can we pay for that? And they said, well, raise your prices. And I thought that was a really dishonest thing to do. And I'm not the only one. A lot of sellers on Etsy were mad about this because we're like, well, why should we raise our prices to trick people into buying stuff because they think they're getting free, and I'm using air quotes, free shipping. Free shipping isn't free if you just include it in the price of the item. Like, if you have a $20 item and the shipping is $5, and so you just charge $25 for the item, that's not free shipping. That's just trying to trick your buyer. That's being disingenuous, you know, dishonest to the buyer. And, you know, it also doesn't give the buyer the option. Like, a lot of my buyers, you know, I might have a buyer that's, you know, in Europe, so the shipping costs more. Or I might have a buyer that only wants first class, or a buyer that wants priority mail, and those things cost different amounts of money. So, you know, if I have like a flat shipping fee and I add that, say all shipping is $3, and I add that onto all my prices, well, what about the person that wants priority shipping? It's not free shipping anymore unless I want to pay the extra, you know, money to ship it. I mean, it didn't make any sense, and it just seemed like a really dishonest, manipulative policy.
Yes?
Yes, it did. And I didn't like that that's the kind of thing that Etsy's pushing. That it's trying to treat its artists as if we were just some bunch of, you know, factory workers mass producing stuff for them. And the other thing that somebody pointed out was that Etsy makes money based on the amount that you sell, which is perfectly reasonable. But see, here's the thing. I don't think they make money off of the amount of shipping. So if it's a $20 item and the shipping is $5, Etsy charges you a certain percentage based on the $20 item price, but not on the $5 shipping. Ah, tricksy. So if they get all of their sellers to up their prices and offer free shipping, Etsy makes more money. Because they can then take fees off of $25 instead of $20. So anyway, I just think they're doing some really weird, dishonest stuff. So I left Etsy. I just said, you know what? I don't need this. I'll just go back to having my own website. I used to have my own website and sell on my own website years ago before Etsy even existed. So I'm just going to go back to doing that again. So yes, I no longer have an Etsy shop. I have a jewelry website, and it's linked to my Patreon page. If you want to go to patreon.com/JewelSmith, you'll see the links over there. Or the link itself, I guess I can just say, is jlhjewelry.com. It is my jewelry website, if anyone's interested. But hey, I appreciate you checking it out, Sulfur. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Well, here's our workshop in here. I put a light bulb. That looks like it's a hairdryer, though. It's not supposed to be a lamp, is it? But it's a lamp now. This is a legendary. We should take it to our legendary armory. Do I have anything else I can put there instead? Nope. I have a couple of things to take to the legendary armory. Alright, cool. Oh, there's a chem station back here. And just in case I forgot there was a chem station there, see, I put the little drug sign so I would remember it was back there hiding. And then, you know, there's this horrible, horrible little building that you can't scrap unless you have a mod. And I tried to fill it in and build off of it as much as I could. So we made a little shed out here. We put an outhouse in down there. I guess everybody's rushing to the outhouse because it's morning. Yep, she's got to go. Alright, we'll let her go. But we have this little shed here where they have the scavenger station. And the gardener can go down in there and get some fertilizer and whatnot. I put the garden here because there's all this junk that you can't really scrap. You can't scrap these ugly trees. You can't scrap all this broken house stuff. So I just put the garden over that. I know I could scrap this giant truck here, but I left it when it was a raider outpost. It's a feature. So I put headlights on it, put some seats under it, put some obscene mannequins there, because that's what I do. Left the couch, can't scrap the couch. And put the bar in there. Got the sodas in the toilet. But yeah, I left the truck.
Yes.
I tried to prop it up a bit,
Hi,
though.
how are you?
Put some pillars and barrels and things under it so it wouldn't come crashing down on anyone using the outhouse. And I did have a bed in here, but I decided against it. Now this is kind of a, I don't know what, fishing shed. I put a fishing rack out front and a basket of fish. Because they are right on the water, you know? Maybe somebody has a taxidermy hobby and they're doing that in here. Or they're just, you know, grilling up some food in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this used to be a Nuka World carnival game when the raiders were living here. I took it out and filled it in with a little room.
Yeah.
The bartender lives back here. There we go.
Huh?
Huh? What? And then up here, there's a few more beds. And a little patio. It's a nice view in the morning. And there's a big Marlurk queen that respawns right out there, so that's another good reason to have this wall, this trailer to kind of block it off. So she can't wander up. She likes to walk up and down the road right there, take a little Sunday stroll. And she can't wander up into the settlement very easily. So geez, they got a Mirelurk Queen on one side of them and Deathclaw Nest on the other side of them. Dangerous place to live out here. Oh, Patrick is going on vacation. You're going to San Diego for TwitchCon? When is that? Have you ever been there before? To San Diego? Or to TwitchCon? Hello, Guy Fox. Welcome to the chat room. Just catching up with my chat. I fell a little behind there. I was giving a tour of Coastal Cottage. We've got Mocker right there to grab aluminum or aluminium whenever we want to. Alright, well, I think we've seen Coastal Cottage. That's all there is to see. What's next on our list? Egret Tours Marina. Okay, that's the next one. Let's go there. Not that there's anything to see, but that's where we'll go. And I'll tell you the story of Egret Tours Marina. For those who don't already know, it was a raider outpost. You may recall that, I think her name was Phyllis, is the lady that's living there. And when you first get it and turn it into a settlement, you have to go and deal with Phyllis. Well, I can't remember exactly what I did. I mean, I started this playthrough over 2 years ago, so I can't remember if we had to go kill Phyllis, or if I had to... I don't remember what I did. I think Phyllis ended up dead, though. But anyway, the raiders moved in, the operators from Nuka World. And then when I decided that I wanted to try to take all the settlements back, I came over here and I killed all of the operators, just like I did at all the other settlements. There are many settlements that I managed to recover. Right? Outpost Simonja used to be a raider settlement. Sunshine Tidings used to be a raider settlement. Starlight used to be raiders. Oberland used to be raiders. Hangman's Alley used to be raiders. Right? Coastal Cottage, where we just were, that used to be a raider outpost. So, you know, I was able to kill the raiders at those locations and then go in and use the workshop. And they turned right back into regular settlements, and now they're part of my settlement system. However, for some reason, killed all the raiders here, can't use the workshop. So I come in here, and I click on it. It says you cannot use this workshop yet. And I don't know why. As far as I know, there's no raiders alive here. Now, it could have something to do with the fact that there was a robot stationed here. I had made a robot for the settlement, and I did not destroy the robot. I sent the robot to Somerville Place. Some of you may recall that when I tried to get Sunshine Tidings... Where's Sunshine Tidings? That, ooh. Come on, back to the map, back to the map. There we go. At Sunshine Tidings, Jezebel was living there with the raiders from the Automatron DLC. And I had to destroy Jezebel in order to get this to be a regular settlement again. So it's very possible that I have to destroy that robot in order to get Egret Tours back. But here's the thing. I grabbed the robot and I brought him to Egret Tours Marina. I mean, I had initially sent him out here to Somerville Place, but I brought him back to Egret Tours and I tried to destroy him and I couldn't. I smashed and smashed and smashed him until his red health bar was gone, but then he would just regenerate and come right back to life. So that could be why this is glitched. And so that is my lesson to you, boys and girls. If you want to get your settlements back, make sure you don't have any robots there. If you have raiders and robots, send the robots away to a non-raider settlement before you try to get it back. It's either the fact that Phyllis is dead and she's the one that initially gives this settlement to you, or the fact that the computer terminal here has been destroyed that you have to read, or the fact that there was a robot here. I don't know. Something somewhere glitched this and now I can't get it as a settlement. But it's a very nice, it would be a very nice settlement. I mean, I wouldn't change much. I would just destroy all the raider stuff, all the operator banners, but I would just leave everything else the way it is. You know? It's got guard towers. Got a nice little, I don't know what, workshop shed back here. Nice little building. It's got the diner there. Water purifier. I filled all this in, so this is a nice big room here. Got some beds in it. Got a bed back here. Had a lot of raiders living here at one point. Bunch of beds up here. Yeah, I think those are gunners back there. Let's take a look. They kind of look like raiders. Yeah, it looks like they're wearing raider stuff. This is a spawn point back here by this tank. You get enemies hanging out back there. But yeah, this place is nice. Got the front gate there. I'd probably scrap, yeah, that raider decor there. I put this in so you could get up to the, oh, there's the outhouse. Okay. Can get up here on the roof. Yeah. Oh, rad stags. Hey, look, there's a cooler up there. I didn't know that was a thing. Huh. Did not know that was there. Cool. Learn something new every time. Yeah, and we have this tribute chest. It's full of crap. Even though nobody's assigned to it, it's still generating crap. Alright, I'll take it. Oh my gosh, look at all that. Yeah, the tribute chests are so OP. Seriously. The only way to be able to build tribute chests in your raider outposts is if you have the 3rd rank of the Wasteland Warlord perk, which you get by having 8 raider outposts in the Commonwealth. That's the only way to get it. And when you have 8 raider outposts, then you can have these tribute chests, and they are so full of stuff. Good thing I have the strong back perk. Look at all that. That's crazy. Alright, I will take all. I know, I'm carrying too much and cannot run, but, you know, I'll live. And this should probably have chems in it. This is still making chems for me, even though there's nobody living here. And we've got this booze stand out here. Nice little cooking area and bar for the raiders. Come down here. And they had a couple of booze stills. If I could get into the workshop, there'd probably be a ton of vodka. But we can't. Oh, okay, just like so speaking of Egret Tours, I'll email you when I'm done. You're in for a real surprise. Oh, I can't wait to see it. Just like's been working on a really cool merry-go-round build. Well, I can take that. Okay. Huh. Yeah, it's gotta be. I wish I could have destroyed that robot. But, you know, I tried whacking it. And it didn't work. So, oh well. Egret Tours cannot be a settlement. But we'll just pretend that it was. We'll pretend that we sent people here and we scrapped all the raider stuff and people moved in and lived here. Sure. Alright, well let's stop by the armory. I know I've got a couple of legendaries in my inventory. And hope the game doesn't crash. I seem to be having a lot of crashing issues lately. Oh, thank you. I've got some thumbs up on YouTube. That's another thing that seems to be different on Twitch. I don't think there's any way to give a thumbs up or to like a video. It's just, you know, if you're watching it, I guess they assume you like it. Or if you're subscribed to the channel, it means you know, they assume that you're liking the channel. But there's not an actual, like, thumbs up or thumbs down button. At least not that I've seen. But to be honest, I kind of like it that way. Because if somebody has a beef and they want to give me a thumbs down, you know, it's a mystery. It's like, okay, I got a thumbs down, but why? You know? So on Twitch, you know, at least if they don't like the channel, they either just go away or, you know, they have to say something about why they don't like the channel. I guess they could tell me if they cared to subscribe and wait to get into the chat room or whatever. It just kind of, it seems to discourage people from being negative for the sake of being negative, you know? Discourages trolling. Alright, let's see here. We've got some swords over here. Okay, sure. This is my legendary armory, where all of the legendaries I have found in the game are stored. I didn't build this until fairly recently though, so some of my legendaries are probably still at other settlements or in other places in the game. But this is where I've put most of them. Alright, Poisoner's Lever Action Rifle. Okay, where are we going to put that? Probably over here with the other lever action rifles. Seems like a good idea. Alright. Very nice. Alright, I don't think I have any other legendaries. Let's scrap some of this garbage. We'll scrap that. I just don't even bother with pipe pistols. I know it's what a lot of... Why does that have a... Huh. It's what a lot of the settlers show up with, but... I'll take that off. Take some of these things off. And save them. I don't know why I need to, but... Okay. Now I'll scrap it. Yeah, we don't need that. Don't need that either. Oh man, that is a powerful looking 10mm. That thing's practically a rifle. Look at that. Don't need it. Don't need it. Okay. Let's store our junk. I probably have a lot of junk. And the mods. Don't need those. Okay. We're good. But let's store the things that we need to make the, what the heck is it for the Pridwin? Here, I'll take these. I'll take all. Reactor coolant, that's what it is. Utility. There we go. Reactor coolant. Yeah, let's cook some of that up. We can take that up to the Pridwin. Let me check my inventory and see if there's anything. Is that a legendary? Acrobat's combat armor, left leg. Is that one I found recently? I've got the Acrobat's alloyed metal left leg. And I'm wearing it. I'm wearing it right there. Maybe I should switch to the other one. Let's go see. There should be an armor. Here we go. Hi Stella, it's your favorite person. It's Liberty Prime. Crashing around out there. Ooh, Brotherhood of Steel. Yeah, let's make it Brotherhood of Steel. Oh, but we could make it even more potent. Nah, we'll stick with Brotherhood of Steel. It's fine. It doesn't count anyway unless I'm out of my power armor, and I'm usually not out of my power armor, so... Let's put it on. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, I guess it's not bad. I don't know, I feel like it should cover more on my leg. What have I got on the other leg? Good lord, I have a lot of armor. Right leg is sturdy Brotherhood of Steel combat armor. Okay, is that a thing? Can I make it sturdy? No, I can make it sleek. Ultra light. Custom fitted. Muffled. Strengthened. Okay. Oh, okay. No, Minuteman. Snowflake, snow paint, no, okay. Alright. Ooh, this improves my AP. Cushioned, strengthened. This is limb damage. Yeah, I don't think any of this counts if I'm in power armor anyway, so it really doesn't matter. I'm never sneaking. Sure. Let's do ultralight build. Why not? I don't know. Why not? I'm just gonna scrap this stuff for the parts. But yeah, you can see how much stuff I got out of that tribute chest. It's crazy. Why does one weigh so much less than the other? Kind of weird. Alright. That's a lot of lead and leather. And a lot of steel. Jesus. Alright. Let's see here. But I've got one piece that I'm not wearing anymore, the metal left leg that is legendary. So let's put it over here with the metal bits. And it looks like they all have metal left legs already. So let's see. Sure, whatever. Alright, what else am I still carrying? Probably a whole lot of... yeah, whole lot of armor. Still carrying a ton of weapons? Oh, I am. I've got... oh, okay. I don't need this missile launcher. Or this. I'm gonna drop it. Or that. Okay. Let's just scrap all this. Don't need it. We're good. Sulfur says the thing with thumbs down is that all nuances are lost. It's like orange juice after brushing your teeth. But then also World War II, right? Right. Yeah, that exactly. Like you don't know why somebody's giving you the thumbs down. Like are they giving me and I wish I did know, or even the thumbs up, like, you know, why? I mean, I assume it's because those who support the channel and who are having a good time leave a thumbs up, sure. But, you know, the thumbs down, right, it's like, are they giving me a thumbs down because they just don't like the game I'm playing? Are they giving me a thumbs down because YouTube recommended it to them and they aren't interested and they just don't want YouTube to recommend it anymore? Are they giving me a thumbs down because they're just a jerk and they were trying to be a jerk in the chat room and we didn't let them? You know, I don't know. Are they giving me a thumbs down because I'm, you know, a raider or with the Brotherhood of Steel or, you know, who knows, right? And I wish I did. I wish I knew, like, why people give videos a thumbs down. Because I don't. I mean, when I'm watching YouTube... you know, I'm not, if I happen to click on a video and start watching it and it turns out to be something I don't want to watch, I just leave. Like, I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I don't give it a thumbs down because it's just not something I want to watch, so I move on. Like, I don't know what motivates people to give a thumbs down unless it's like something like super, I don't know. Like, for me, it would have to be something really personal. You know, like somebody's just, I don't know what, like somebody's eating babies or something. It's something really gross or stupid or weird or something. But then I wouldn't even click on that to begin with. So I wouldn't even go there to give them the viewing time that it would take me to give them a thumbs down. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't understand the thumbs down thing. And I guess maybe that's why Twitch doesn't have them. But anyway, okay, so we were at Egret Tours, and now we're going to head to Somerville Place. That is the next settlement that Rose unlocked, and that she turned into a vassal settlement. So she had a whole bunch of food being grown here, and a whole bunch of people who were doing nothing but farming. Patrick is saying, please, castle. Well, I told you I wasn't going to get there until the very end of the tour because that was one of the last places that Rose ever went to and unlocked. And she really hasn't done much with the castle because she's not a Minuteman. She's with the Brotherhood of Steel. So the better castle to see is the one that's in Fiona's world. And this is falling down. There we go. leave that under there. That's fine. Because Fiona is the general of the Minutemen, so the castle has, I think, 25 or 26 people living there, and lots of power armor and lots of stuff built up there. But Rose didn't really do much at the castle. I don't even know how many people I have there. Maybe 15? 14, yeah, not that many. Alright, so this is Somerville Place. It is on the ass end of the Commonwealth. Way down here near the glowing sea. Why anybody would want to live so close to the glowing sea is beyond me. There is so much horror, death claws and horrible things that live in here that could wander out. And you had gunners here, but I think well, they respawn, but I've killed the gunners here many times. And you got mutants right here. And you've got Gunner's Plaza right here. I mean, really, of course, is there any place in the Commonwealth that is a decent place for a settlement? I mean, everything seems to be surrounded by horrors. So, alright. Somerville Place here in Rose's world was a vassal settlement. So, again, she didn't build a whole lot of creature comforts. We have a few guard posts to guard the place. We have a workshop she built here. We have a scavenger now. Probably didn't have one before when it was a vassal, but we have one now. Water pump. Let's see how much water and food we have here at this point. Yeah, alright. So they're making a little bit of a surplus. Not too much. Why do we have... Oh, it's a Brahmin feed trough. Alright, well maybe we were hoping for a Brahmin? I don't see a Brahmin. But okay. I think that the garden, the farm, used to be much larger. It extended further in this direction and extended further that direction. Yes. But I reduced the amount of food being produced here when it was no longer a vassal settlement. So this is the main house that you can't scrap. It's just part of the landscape here. But I enclosed this area and added off, or you know, extended it, added on a little bit over here. So we have a general goods merchant here. And he's got some goodies in here and goodies to sell out here. I wonder why I don't have a pole in the back here supporting the back side of the shop. Let's see what we can do. Alright, so if we put one there, and we put one underneath, is the question. I guess it won't snap. Okay, that could be why we didn't put one here. Let's move the roof a little bit. And see if we can... Okay. And we have a doggy there. I'm guessing that dog... Oh. Why is it snapping? Was there a pole here at one point? Oh, it's trying to snap onto the floor, I think. Okay. But that's not what I want you to do, pole. Alright. That dog probably came from Erickson in Far Harbor. Because that's usually where I go and get my dogs. But I seem to recall running into the dog guy. What's his name? Gene? I may have run into him a couple of times in this playthrough. Oh, that's so close. I guess that's why I didn't put a post here. Maybe I couldn't get one to go in place. Looks pretty close, though. Alright, let's see how that looks. Oh, so close. See, I'm leaving this post here as a guide. I know if I can get it real close to this one. Yeah, that's good enough. That's close enough. It looks more realistic. At least there's something supporting the roof back there. Okay. I like that. Alright. It doesn't quite sink into the ground. You can see it's just hovering a little bit, but that's fine. Alright, anyway. It's not completely enclosed with a defensive wall. We know that that doesn't really help in the game. Stuff's gonna spawn where it spawns. But sometimes I do build walls around settlements just because I think it's more realistic that way. But out here, we have an outhouse. We have some guard posts with turrets. We have a bar. And a bus that the bartender lives on. He's living in here, living his best life. Oh, he's got nothing in his suitcase. Let's give him some stuff. What does he have? Maybe he has a bull barrel powerful 44. Sure. His dad left it to him. How about that? And his dad's eyeglasses. That's my story. Maybe his dad was in the Gunners. Or maybe he was. And that's why his dad doesn't talk to him anymore. His dad was mad when he joined the Gunners. And then his dad died. And he saves his dad's glasses. I've got a whole story for this guy. I don't know where all this is coming from, but anyway. Oh my goodness. Let's see, what else can we drop here? What can we put on his shelves? He needs some things on his shelves. How about a coffee pot? Yeah, that would be nice. This guy's doing alright for himself. He actually owns a few things. Let's put something in here. Let's put in some duct tape. Sure. Can always use duct tape. Probably a very handy thing to have in the wasteland. Alright. Let's get his ashtray and put it up here. Yep. There's coffee pot. Oh no, coffee pot's not going to go all the way up there. Come on. There you go. There you go, coffee pot. That's better. There you go. Let's see, what else can we put on the shelves for him? Oh, right, we're out of wood here. I wonder if, can we go talk to the guy? Hey, guy, I need some wood.
Out here, you gotta take things one day at a time. I'm sure I have something you need.
Great.
I've got a few minutes to browse.
Here's what I got.
Okay. Let me have... Ooh, a napkin. I'll take that. Blast Radius board game. Alright, I need wood. Wood. Stay focused.
You wanna do some trading?
No, I want to, oh, sorry.
I just need to trade gear with you.
Sure thing.
I'm gonna get you out of that backpack and whatnot, and you've got a pipe pistol. No, you don't want that. How about this? Improved targeting, boosted, agitated, something laser. You want that. You know you do. Let's give him some fusion cells for it. Get rid of that shitty pipe pistol. There you go. And let's see if we can find him some better clothes to wear. There, take that and that. Yeah, there you go. Ooh, that's pretty hardcore armor there, dude. Alright. Good luck with that. He lives in here. Alright, he's got his goodies already. Dark Arrow is saying, Patrick, do you know what the castle from Fallout 4 is called in the real world? Yeah, because it does exist in Boston. I want to go there and see it in real life. Uh-oh, my Wi-Fi seems to be down. I'll be with you in a bit. Okay, reload. My Wi-Fi is not working. It says there's no internet connection. I am streaming over Ethernet. So the stream should still be streaming, but my laptop is not reading the chat room. Oh, God. Why is my Wi-Fi so shitty? Alright, let me see if my phone will work. So I can get back to the chat room with y'all. And I was trying to look up the maps. I was going to look and see. I can't remember what they call that fort in Boston in the real world. But we've talked about this before in other live streams. A lot of the locations in Fallout 4 have real world counterparts. Ah, there we go. It is Fort Independence, and it is on a place, it is located in a place called Castle Island. There you go. In the real world. And there is a Spectacle Island just across the water from it. Just like in the game. One of these days I want to go to Boston and I want to visit all the places. See right there, Spectacle Island? And there's the castle. I want to visit all the places in the game. Wouldn't that be fun? Oh, I would love that so much. Nope. Still not online. Okay. Let's see if I can get to YouTube on my mobile. And then I can join you again. There we go. Hey, look, I can see myself. It says live. Let's go there. Going on my mobile so I can see. There we are. Now I can see the chat room again. There we are. Hey! Oh, Dark Arrow is saying, for me, the thumbs up means two things. Lets the streamer know I liked it and want to see more. Saves it for me so I can go back and watch it again. Oh, right, because when you like something, it adds it to your list of liked videos. Yeah, that's true. I do that too. Oh, thanks for the thumbs up. Patrick's saying, thumb up for Joel Smith. Thank you. Oh no, Sulfur just bought StellarNet Rebel on your Kindle. Oh, good luck with that. Good luck with that. In the spirit of full disclosure, it was my first novel, and it was written about 10 years ago. I think I started writing it about 10 years ago, and then it got published in 2012, so that was about 7 years ago. Yeah, because when I got the contract for the book, I had just turned 40, and that was 8 years ago. For my 40th birthday, we had a big, huge party where we celebrated turning 40 and getting the book deal. Yeah, yep. Actually, it's been so many years now that the rights to the books may revert back to me. I may actually ask my publisher if I can get the rights back. And if that happens, I'll probably write a third novel. I'll do some revising because I've learned a lot about writing in the past 8 years. I may do some revising and finish the trilogy, write the third novel, and then re-release all three on Amazon myself. I may do that. But yeah, let me know what you think. But thank you for buying it. Silver proceeds to destroy her own novel. Yeah, well, I'm actually, I put a lot of my heart and soul into that novel, and I do love the story and the characters. I just think that the writing style, I've learned a lot about the craft of writing since then. I definitely think I'm a better writer now. But the spirit of the story, I mean, I got a lot of good reviews. I mean, people really liked the characters and the world building, and, you know, there were some readers who really loved the story and the ideas in the story. And what's really strange is that there's a lot of stuff in the story that at the time I wrote it didn't exist. Like, say, like Google, right? Google Glasses. In the story, they have these, you know, virtual reality kind of glasses that they can wear, that because it's set in the future, you know, it's a sci-fi novel, and they have video games that they play, like now we're used to the idea of, like, you know, the PlayStation Move, and it can sense your movements. You put the little camera over your TV and it can pick up your movements in video games and stuff like that. You know, that's a thing in my novel, but it wasn't really a thing back when I started writing my novel. Or and there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of technology that I try to incorporate into the story, and a lot of video game stuff that I incorporated, and a whole lot of stuff in there. A lot of social issues, the internet, you know, and all this kind of stuff, that ended up becoming issues later. Like, the main character in the story, the heroine, she is a blogger, and that's what we did at the time. There wasn't a lot of, like, you know, I guess, I mean, she calls herself a blogger, but it's like, you know, she's a social media person, what we would call a social media personality now. But that kind of didn't, it was just sort of beginning to exist back then when I started writing it. And her life is always online, and she's always sharing, you know, her experiences, and she becomes this, you know, internet celebrity. And then the impact of that, there's people who love her, there's people who hate her, there's people who try to kill her. You know, there's all this crazy stuff that happens because of it. Anyway, there's just a lot of there's a lot of issues that, like, I was addressing in the novel. Maybe not, you know, in the best way possible with the best writing ability in the world, but, you know, I was trying to get a lot into this. I was trying to really envision a real future novel, you know, like envision the world in, you know, at the time I was writing it, it was like, you know, 40, 50 years in the future. You know, the next generation, you know, what kind of world would my grandkids live in, sort of thing. And, I don't know, it was really fun to write. It was really interesting, but it is weird for me now when I see a lot of things that are coming true, and it's become this, like, running joke in my family. Is something will happen, and then my daughter or my husband or somebody will go, "Hey, you predicted that in your novel. Hey, you predicted that in your novel. Hey, you wrote about that in your novel." And I'm like, yeah, I did. But it's weird now because people read my novel now, and then they think that I'm just ripping off, like, oh, you ripped off, you know, Google Glass, and you ripped off this, and you ripped off that. Like, no, I actually wrote all this before that stuff existed. I was working on this novel like 2 or 3 years before I actually got the contract to publish it, you know, and that was many years ago. I've had people accuse me of ripping off Avatar or Mass Effect or whatever, and it's like, no, I wrote this novel before Avatar came out, and no, I've never played Mass Effect, and you know. So it's pretty interesting. I'll be curious to see what you think. Hello, Eric. Welcome to the chat room. All right. I'm rambling. Ramble on. Let's ramble. Let's take a look at the house here. It's very cozy. I gave him a nice stove. Not because Rose cares, but because, you know, they probably would try to have a nice stove. They even have a nice fireplace from the Christmas Creation Club pack. That's very cozy, isn't it? Aw, I like that. Of course, they still have a shitty broken roof here. Sure wish the game had given us a way to fix that. Kids' bedroom and parents' beds. And then beside the garden, I built a little barn. I think it used to have an upper story, but nobody ever seemed to be able to path up there, so I took it out. But, you know, this is where some of the farm workers are living. How many beds do I have? 15 beds, 15 people. Okay, well, I guess that's good then. I had a whole lot of people living here so they could produce a whole lot of food for the Raider Empire.
Not many doctors around these days. Should let me take a look at you.
No. You don't need to take a look at me. And why are you wearing a damn Vault-Tec shirt? And then we have a little guard post up here so they can watch the glowing sea for the Deathclaw hordes that may come pouring out of it at some point. In Fiona's world, my Minuteman soul survivor, She actually turned this whole settlement into like a Minuteman outpost. She's got barracks and a bunch of guard posts and a bunch of people in Minutemen uniforms and stuff, because it is on the edge of the glowing sea, and they would need extra protection against whatever's out there. So it just seemed like they should have a very heavy Minuteman presence here. But as I've said before, Rose doesn't do much with the Minutemen, so... So we don't have much happening here. But there it is. Somerville Place. Former vassal in my Raider Empire. Oh, thank you, Jessike. Jessike says being a visionary is a gift. A blessing and a curse. Really. Just call me Cassandra. Nobody listens. I can warn them, but they don't listen. Alright. Oh, and I built a little shed kind of off the side of the house here.
When I grow up, I'm going to have my own farm and make other people do all the work.
Got some crates and barrels in there. What's she doing in there? And stuff. Fertilizer and whatnot. Alright, well.
Crops been growing pretty good lately.
Great. Alright, after Somerville Place, what's next? The Boston Airport. We were just there. But we'll go back. And we'll talk about the Boston Airport a little bit. The Boston Airport is where I built the molecular relay to get into the Institute. That's where Rose was the Nuka World Raider overboss, built her Raider empire across the Commonwealth, and then eventually got around to doing the main quest line. I kind of ignored it for a long time, and my story reason for that, my headcanon, my role-playing, my RP reason for that was she just figured her son was long gone. She gave up. She never went to Concord, so she never talked to Mama Murphy, because I think Mama Murphy's got some kind of line about, oh, you can save your son if you go see the glowing heart, or whatever she says, and it leads you to Diamond City to find Nick Valentine, and then he talks about Kellogg. But Rose never went to Concord, so she never talked to Mama Murphy. She had no way of knowing that her son wasn't just dead and gone. And so that's kind of part of Rose's story, is that, you know, she just gave up. She was like, well, my husband's dead, my son's probably dead, screw it, you know, what have I got to live for? And she ended up in Nuka World, and they were like, hey, be the overboss. Okay, you know. So I didn't bother doing the main storyline until much further in. And eventually she did. Eventually she went and talked to Nick Valentine, and eventually pursued Kellogg and killed him. I think Gage helped her kill Kellogg. And she found out about her kid and the Institute and all this stuff. But then she had to figure out what she was going to do. You know, because you can't actually finish the main story with the Nuka World Raiders. That's not a faction that factors into the main storyline. If you want to finish the main story, you have to choose one of the main story factions, which is Brotherhood, or the Institute, or the Railroad, or the Minutemen. And I'd already done the Minutemen before in my first playthrough, and I didn't think it suited Rose anyway. And so I was weighing my options. You know, was she going to go with the Institute because her kid was there? And she's kind of evil anyway, so why wouldn't she just join the Institute? That was an option. Would she go with the Railroad because they're kind of the rebels, you know? And maybe she's rebellious and doesn't want the Institute throwing their weight around in her Raider Empire? Or was she going to go with the Brotherhood of Steel? And it really took me a long time debating to figure out what I wanted to do in the game. I really put it off the decision for a long time. Oh, hey, Eric, did I say hello to you? My chat just came back on my laptop. I probably missed some comments. My Wi-Fi came back. Welcome, if I didn't say hello before. Sulfur saying, I like sci-fi with a philosophical twist and deeper discussions. Oh, well, then you may enjoy it. Love Star Trek Next Generation and Voyager. Oh, okay. Well, then you may actually love it. I was heavily inspired. My first novel was heavily inspired by Babylon 5, actually. If you've ever watched that show. It's about a space station with a bunch of aliens and humans living in it, and that's kind of what my novel is about. It's a space station with, you know, a bunch of mostly humans and an alien. And you know, it was definitely one of many inspirations for the story. And I do love Star Trek. I love the older Star Treks. So yeah, that's kind of what I wrote it like. It was more along the lines of like an episode of Babylon 5 or Star Trek or something, or a series of episodes. I've actually thought about that. Like, you know, it would be so cool to turn the novels into screenplays and do like a Netflix series kind of thing. That would be fun. Not that Netflix would be interested, I'm just saying. I have thought about turning them into screenplays to see how they would go as episodes. It might be fun. But that was kind of how I envisioned it, was, you know, very similar. And it's got very video game elements to it as well. You know, it would make a good video game, I think. There's definitely some interesting video game elements to it. Yeah, Eric's saying I prefer Picard over Kirk. Yeah, me too. I like Picard. Well, I like the whole crew. Next Generation is like, I just love it. My husband and I both love it, and it's funny. It's like sometimes at night when we can't sleep, or if we're having a hard time falling asleep, we'll just put Next Generation on the TV and fall asleep to Data and Worf and Deanna, and I love it. It's like my happy place. I like Star Trek TNG very much. But I like Babylon 5 too, and I'm also a big fan of Firefly. The short-lived show by Joss Whedon that's also sci-fi. So there's you know, a lot of influences. And I've read a lot of sci-fi. A lot of Heinlein and Asimov and Ray Bradbury and all that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of influences there. Yeah, Babylon 5 came out around the same time as Deep Space Nine. And a lot of people I know watched one or the other. Like, they didn't watch both. And in fact, at the time, I got them confused. I didn't watch either one, but I would be at like a friend's house, you know, and they might be watching one. And I thought they were all the same show. I was like, oh, Deep Space Nine is about a bunch of humans and aliens on a space station. Oh, Babylon 5 is about a bunch of humans and aliens on a space station, you know. And I got them kind of confused. But I watched them years later, and I will say, I loved Babylon 5. I mean, Deep Space Nine was decent. Not my favorite, but it was alright up to a point. And, but Babylon 5's got a really slow start, though. Like, getting through the first season is kind of painful. Like, it's got such low production values and stuff. But it gets good. When it starts to pick up, it gets really, really good. It was definitely a big influence on my writing. Alright, so you know we don't have a whole lot of space here at the airport. I built a molecular relay here. And then I kind of didn't do anything else with it for a while. And then I had the bright idea of building my legendary armory here. We were here earlier in the stream. There's Liberty Prime back there. So I basically just built this big cement bunker off the back of the airport. You know, that's the existing wall of the airport along here and here. You know, I just kind of extended it out. So you can go up here. This is the edge of the settlement. But you can walk across here. Take that mini nuke that respawns. You know, and here you're right here in the airport. This is where they built Liberty Prime, right? So, I mean, it just kind of made sense to me. Like they were using a wing of the airport as an armory. Is basically what's going on here. And I put in a little donut shop. An enterprising entrepreneur here. Donut franchisee. Put in a donut shop to make some money off the Brotherhood. And the Brotherhood lets it happen because they need all the food, I guess, that they can get. Keeps people happy. I put in one of these caravan stops, so the caravans will stop here. We have cricket here at the moment. Now, some people have said it's possible to build food here, but not in my wasteland. It might be possible with mods, but if you go to resources and you go, all I get is water and miscellaneous. And in miscellaneous, I can't even build a garden plot. I can put in a water pump, but I can't plant food. Even though there is dirt, you know, there's a little bit of dirt back here, and I should be able to. It's not possible because it's just not in the workshop. Just like when you're at home plate and there's just certain things that aren't in the workshop. It's not in the workshop for me. So anyone who is able to build food here, it's probably because you've got a mod of some kind or something that changes the game. Because I've got all the official add-ons, all the DLC, you know, Far Harbor, Nuka World, and all that. But I don't have any mods at all, and I don't have very many Creation Club items. And for the entire time that I've played Fallout 4, I've never been able to plant food here. So if you're able to plant food, you must have some kind of special situation that I do not have going on here. There's the donut shop, and that's where the person running the donut shop sleeps. Makes donuts, makes coffee. And then we come in here. I've got a bunch of Brotherhood power armor. More Brotherhood power armor pieces. Got some weapons, workbenches. And these are mannequins displaying all of the legendary armors that I have found in the game. Now there's still a bunch of legendary stuff over on Far Harbor. Anything that I found on Far Harbor stayed on Far Harbor and is on display, I think, at the lumber place, Echo Lake Lumber. I think that's where I have, and some of the legendary weapons that I found in Far Harbor are on display at Old Longfellow's cabin. but everything I found on the mainland in the Commonwealth is on display here. So this is all legendary stuff. And then all these legendary weapons, these are all legendaries. There's probably still, I still keep finding more legendaries that I put on display in different settlements and stuff, or that there's probably some that I gave to settlers and stuff that, you know, so I probably found a lot more than this, but this is what I had in storage and brought over here. Here's more legendary armor. These are all legendary missile launchers. Legendary armor pieces from the Raiders. So there's like your standard Commonwealth Raider. There's the Disciples from Nuka World, the Operators from Nuka World, and the Pack from Nuka World. They have different styles of armor, but those are all legendary pieces. I put in a bathroom over here. Yeah, we've got some weird floating artifacts that don't go away. I do have a couple of settlers living here, but I have them dressed in Brotherhood of Steel armor. You may have seen them outside at the guard posts. There's one person here. Huh? It says settler, but she's dressed in Brotherhood of Steel outfit there. And there's one guy up there. He goes back and forth between those two guard posts. Got his big minigun. I have an ammunition plant here. Not because I'm using it, because God knows I have ammunition coming out of my ears, but I figured that it's something that the Brotherhood would have. They would be making their own ammunition or reloading their own ammunition, so I put one in. Hey Transfuse, welcome to the chat room. I see you in there. You've been playing the Sinking City. I don't know if I've heard of that one. What is the Sinking City? If it's PC only, I won't be able to play it. I'm only playing what's on PlayStation 4. Looks like my Wi-Fi is still not working very well. I'm trying to search for Sinking City and it's not coming up. Oh my god, for real. I don't know why this is so bad. Could be that everyone in my family is also on Wi-Fi at the same time. So maybe my Wi-Fi is just really slow right now. Shouldn't be. We have pretty good Wi-Fi. Okay, the Sinking City video game. Let's see what I can find out about it. Oh, I think this is a game that Jim Sterling played. I think I saw him do a video about this. Alright, yeah, it is available on PC, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch. Just came out a few months ago. Yeah, and it's very Lovecraftian. Yeah, I think Jim Sterling, Jimquisition, was playing this and did a video about it. Are you enjoying it? Yeah, okay, yeah, Transfuse just said H.P. Lovecraft influenced detective stuff on PS4. Yeah. Yeah, I have heard of it. Alright, we have a huge flamer, we have a harpoon gun, This is more all legendaries all the way down. Here, another weapons workbench. More legendaries back here. These are all energy weapons. We've got the chem station with the stuff to make, we were just here a little bit earlier in the stream making the reactor coolant. Let's take the reactor coolant up to the Pridwin. Alright, so that's the armory. That's what I have done in this playthrough with the airport. Alright, so let's go up to the Pridwin and drop off. I think I've got some, probably some technical documents, probably some blood samples, probably some reactor coolant. We'll go make deliveries to everyone. This will be Rose's final delivery run to the Pridwin, huh? Probably.
May have liberated the Commonwealth.
Yeah, so I was saying Rose, took me a while to figure out what I thought Rose would do with the Commonwealth, with, you know, the main storyline, which faction she would go with, and in trying to figure it out, I ended up writing a short story, about her coming back from the Institute and having a conversation with Gage, and them discussing what they were going to do next, basically, and discussing which faction to go with. And that helped me wrap my head around, you know I put more into this than I need
Attention.
to.
Bravo 6-4, report to Armor Bay 2. Bravo 6-4 to Armor Bay 2.
But, you know, the role-playing aspect of this game, of any game, is really important to me. Uh-oh.
Sentinel, you have technical documents, perhaps?
I do.
Or looking to assist on a research patrol?
No, I'm not. I have
I
documents.
found some technical documents for you.
These look rather promising. You certainly have a knack for this sort of work.
Uh-huh.
Here are the caps that I promised.
Great.
Remember, the Commonwealth is an all. Check every building you
Uh-huh. Yeah, I know. You've told me. Yeah, your kitty cat seems to be stuck in your newspaper there. I don't see a cat box anywhere. I hope that cat's not peeing all over all your paperwork. I had a cat that used to do that. Alright, moving on. Let's go turn in our blood samples and our reactor coolant. Where's our girl? Here we are.
Back. Did you happen to find any reactor coolant?
I did.
Yep, here you go.
Yep, this is the stuff. Good work. Here you go. This should cover your acquisition costs. Thanks again for helping us out, Sentinel. The entire maintenance crew appreciates what you're doing.
All right, you're very welcome.
Instead of celebrating, perhaps we should mourn for the innocents who died in the Institute.
Yeah. She's really bent. She doesn't like the fact that I convinced her to join the Brotherhood and then we destroyed the Institute. Oh well. Tough titties. Dr. Lee.
Have you collected any blood samples, Sentinel?
I have.
Yes. Here you go.
Excellent. This will help quite a bit. Here's some caps for the trouble.
Thank you. What about, hey.
Scribe Naraya.
Have you collected any blood samples, Sentinel?
What about, that compound?
Have you synthesized any more of the X-111 compound?
You're in luck. I just finished synthesizing some earlier today. Remember, keep bringing me blood samples, and I'll keep making the compound.
Okay. Thanks. I never use it. But I keep taking it anyway. Oh, okay, so these are lamps. I thought maybe these were hair dryers.
I saw the Institute explode from up here.
They've got them pointed at this guy, so I guess they're not trying to dry his hair, are they? Ooh, more experimental plant. It grew back. I think I picked all of this at one point. As far as I know, there's absolutely nothing to do with these experimental plants. But they look like Nirn root. They're not singing like Nirnroot, but they look like Nirnroot from Skyrim. Inventory, aid. Is it in here? Experimental plant. We can eat it to get a little bit of hit points back. That's it. That's all I know. If this were Skyrim, we would mix it with some vampire dust and it would make us invisible. But
have you collected any blood samples, Sentinel?
No, I already gave them all to you. Not in the 2 feet that I walked since I last gave them to you. No. Alright, heading back down.
I hope I live long enough to witness the Brotherhood's next time.
And we're out. Oh, thank you. Transfuse says, I sure enjoyed the journey of Rose through the wastelands. But we're saying goodbye now, huh? Yes. I think we've done all we can do with Rose. So we're just taking a tour of all of her settlements. And then we're going to say goodbye. And I'm going to switch back to playing as Fiona. And I'll be doing build streams where I go and remodel Fiona's settlements. And probably do some Creation Club stuff.
You've done a heck of a job, Sentinel. And Victoria.
There's Shroud Manor, which I've heard is really cool. And I want to go check that out. But I want to check it out with Fiona, not with Rose. And there's also, and I think I have the quest in here, Investigate Hubris Comics. This was a thing. It's supposed to be like a reference to Skyrim or something, I think. I'm not sure what it is, but I'm not going to do it with Rose either. I'm going to wait and do this with Fiona. Yeah, so there's some Creation Club stuff I want to do with Fiona, and then go around and rebuild her settlements using the Creation Club items that I have added to the game since I played as Fiona, and also using some of the building techniques and things that I've developed over the past 2 years of playing as Rose. Even though Rose doesn't really care all that much about her settlements and she hasn't done a lot of extensive building, I think I've gotten a little bit better and gotten a lot of really good ideas, especially from people like Ice Stella and Jess Ike and folks, Herman, who have helped me, you know, who have taught me things and inspired me and shown me things that they've built, if you want to check out their channels. And so, you know, I know a lot more about the building. I have more ideas about it, and I want to go back and revisit all of the settlements that I built with Fiona 3 or 4 years ago, and maybe do some remodeling and some revamping and revising of her settlements, and just hang out and chat with you guys like we do, you know. So I will continue doing Fallout Fridays, but it just won't be with Rose. And I've said this before, but, you know, Rose is really not my favorite person. I mean, she was a raider, and I never really liked her all that much. I don't relate. And she romanced Dance, which I have zero interest in. I'll be perfectly honest with you. I mean, he says really sweet things, and I've said that before, that, you know, whoever programmed Dance really put in some overtime on his dialogue. He has wonderfully sweet dialogue. He's a great character. I can appreciate him as a character and his character arc and everything. But just me personally... Oh, look over here. I see something. I saw something moving. He just doesn't float my boat. I really miss Hancock. So... I want to go back to that. Ooh, let's have some lobster for dinner. Alright, so after Boston Airport, the Nuka Red Rocket. Alright, let's head out there. We've been there before, but apparently in this playthrough. That was the next settlement that I visited. I'm kind of going in the order that Rose visited everything over the past 2 years. But we were at Nuka Red Rocket pretty recently, just a few episodes ago. I had moved the operators in there because I think I had the operators at the bottling plant right across the street, and so I had them move in to the Nuka Red Rocket. But then I came out here not too long ago. I think it was like, what, maybe 4 or 5 streams ago? Last month, a couple months ago? I came out here and we shot up all the raiders and got the Red Rocket back as a regular settlement. I had heard it wasn't possible to get it back as a settlement once you had given it to raiders, but it is. Also, there's something else I want to do. Maybe I should do a quick save. Hang on. Supposedly...
Got the power plant back online, huh?
Oh my gosh, she has 14 tattered rags. 0% chance to steal. Oh, she didn't like that. Okay, well, she doesn't have to like it. Last time I was here, I also pissed off everyone in the market. Because I was trying to jump up over this wall and I fell. Yeah, this is Shank and Harvey. I had to kill them. Well, I didn't have to kill Harvey, but I did. I was mad at him for luring me to Nuka World, so I killed him. And then Shank. Had to kill him after I had killed all the Nuka Raiders. Yeah, see, I can't get over that wall. I can't actually get up on that. Oh, I guess I can. Okay, I lied. Can I get over the wall? No, I cannot. Ooh, interesting. I tried to go into the market and it wouldn't let me. I can see the market, but there's an invisible wall there. Very interesting. Alright, if I go in here, they may all be mad at me and start trying to shoot me. I don't know, we'll see. Yeah, Shank got shanked, that's right. He got a kiss from Granny. Well, see, the thing is, they're all glitched. Everybody in here who was in a slave collar, they got glitched. After I killed all the Nuka World Raiders, their slave collars disappeared, but so did their clothes. Hey, Maddox, how you doing? What's he got back here? Ooh, he's got a pistol. Ooh, I can just take it. Hey, Maddox, does he have freckles on his shoulders? Or is it dirt? I don't know. Either way. What do they taste like? Sorry, did I say that out loud? Damn it. Hey, Maddox. Yeah, okay, he's not mad at me now. I was in here and I was trying to, like, fly over the wall. I was trying to fly like an eagle. And I fell and landed on the Bromolef and they went crazy.
I've got all sorts of gear.
And then everybody started getting all crazy and I had to leave. But I guess they're calmed down now. Oh, hey!
You really did it. You got the power plant up and running.
Got a little of everything.
So you're back, huh? I didn't know she came back after I'd killed all the raiders.
Sure. Let's take a look.
Did I know that? I don't think I knew that. Does she have anything special? Doesn't look like it. Dirty wastelander. I'm a dirty wastelander. Alright. That's cool. Alright, Caitlin, carry on. Anyway, yeah, so it's a known glitch that when their collars disappear, when they get set free.
A little off.
Don't you talk about Maddox like that.
Supplies, boss.
Don't you talk about Maddox like that. There's nothing wrong with Maddox. Anyway, see, like, her collar is gone, but so are her clothes. And then every time that you come back, it's like a whole nother set of clothes goes into their inventory. That's why she had 14. So apparently I've come back 14 times. So she had 14 sets of clothes in there, but she doesn't equip them. It's one of those kind of glitches.
Feeling all right?
And I've been told that if you steal the clothes out of their inventory and just leave one set, then it'll like fix the glitch. I guess. Don't know.
Not looking for trouble.
But that's why I was trying to take her clothes. But it said 0 chance to steal, and now she's all pissed off, so I guess I don't have pickpocketing perks. You know, I've really never done a lot of pickpocketing in this game. Oh, well, right here. Steal equipped weapons. And steal equipped items. Well, maybe I have to get these in order to steal the clothes. Put a live grenade in a person's inventory. Oh, I used to do that in New Vegas so much. It was so fun. Alright, sure, why not? Why not? Why not? Let's just do it. Let's see what happens now. Oh no. Is the game glitched? Is the game frozen? Is it crashing? Okay. Oh. Ooh, there's a gas canister. I'll take that. I need that for the Pridwind reactor coolant. This guy is staring at me though. Okay. Yeah, there you go. Walk away. Alright, am I hidden? I know. I'm standing out like a sore thumb. In my power armor.
Need supplies? Got a little of everything here. Come take a look.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Alright.
Pistols, rifles, grenades, and every other kind of weapon you need. Oh, okay, well, it's a new day, boss. We all owe you one. Now what can I do for you?
Nothing. You can put your clothes on. I'm trying to help you out here, buddy. I'm trying to help you out. No. Never mind. Okay.
Can't believe you guys got the power back on.
Alright, never mind.
Sure, I'm here to trade. Letting my guard down for a second.
Okay. What are you wearing? Nope. It's not showing me what he's got equipped. Oh, he's got a set of those cappy glasses.
I feel a lot better shopping here now that the raiders are gone.
Look. I've heard of these. I've never seen them. They're like a black version of those orange cappy glasses that you have to wear to get the cappy clues for the cappy clues quest.
Excuse me.
Without the raiders making everyone nervous, I think you'll get a lot more visitors here.
Dude, sit still.
This place really makes me want a Nuka Cola.
Yeah, he's got those on. Oh, I want them. Oh, do I have to kill him? Do I have to kill him to get them? And everybody will get mad at me.
You see that crazy robot dressed like a bottle?
Yeah, see? It doesn't show his... Oh, come on. I got the perks. I should be able to get those glasses.
Goods here.
God damn it.
Come on over and pick up what you need.
It's really something, seeing the place all lit up.
I want those.
I got your pickup right here.
Dang it. Alright, should I just kill him? Is it worth it? Is it worth killing him and making everybody mad? Do you think they'll get over it? Oh, Herman's off to bed. Alright, good night, Herman. Thanks for stopping by. Okay, Barbarian King says, yeah. I pickpocketed everything off them except one torn outfit, and that worked out for me. Oh, Stealth Boy. Yeah, I forgot there were Stealth Boys. Do I have a Stealth Boy? But I'm in the clompy armor, so it's going to be really loud. But I won't be able to
pick up some supplies, boss.
But I won't be able to pickpocket his glasses, apparently.
Don't worry about me. I'll stay in line.
Weapons of all kinds.
Yeah, I could whack him. I could whack him and then get out real quick.
The guy sounds...
Come and stock up.
Oh, dang, nobody cares. Absolutely nobody gave a shit. Oh, stellar. Okay.
Guns and ammo here.
Supplies of all kind for your journeys across the continent.
Let's try them on. Bottle cap sunglasses. Yes. Oh, look at that. Oh.
Grenades, and every other kind of weapon.
I love it. I
General
love
goods
it.
here. Come on over and pick up what you need.
Oh, oh, that's awesome. Barbarian King's laughing. Awesome. Yes. That was sweet. That was either a totally lucky hit or nobody gave a shit at all. That was
Need
great.
supplies? Got a little of everything here. Come take a look.
Oh, that was sweet. I love those. I just found out about these a couple days ago. I was online poking around on the Fallout wiki, and I don't remember what I was looking up, trying to get some information about something in the game, and I saw these, and I was like, "What? There's a kind of glasses? I had never seen them, and all the time I've played this game, I don't remember ever seeing them." And apparently the only way you can get them is they spawn randomly on these Nuka World travelers in the marketplace. That's the only place that the wiki said you could find them. I had no idea, because I've never found them on any raiders or any settlers in Nuka World. I've never found them stored anywhere in Nuka World. Never come across them, and all the time I've played with Fiona and with Rose in Nuka World, never seen them before. And just found out about them the other day, and lo and behold, oh, that's so sweet. I'm so stoked. Alright, well, I'm out of my power armor, so let's do a stealth boy. Let's see what we can do here. Let's see. Is it under aid? God, I used so many stealth boys in Fallout New Vegas, and I never used them in this game. Okay, she's only got 6. Oh, shoot. I'll get out of here. They'll calm down. They'll be fine. I got my glasses. That's all I care about. I never have to come back to this market. Now, they got all freaked out a while back, like I said, when I was trying to jump in my power armor and then I landed on somebody or something and I pissed everyone off, but they were fine when I came back, so I bet if I stay away for a while and then try to go back, they'll be fine again. But, you know, we don't need to go back. Barbarian King saying, only got the ones from the crappy... Right, the crappy Cappy quest. Yeah. Yeah, I need to go get some for Fiona. They're not even shooting at me. He's just running away. Okay. Well, that's fine. You just keep on running, dude. Oh no, it's crashed! We broke the game!